welcome to Senggi Session. So today I'll be co-hosting the session with a special co-host right here, a friend of Senggi, Ejo. Hi, Ejo.
What's up?
And our guest today is Saul Goode.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
This is my buddy.
I know. So I thought today we could just change it up and have a chat, just the three of us together. And it was really nice watching your performance today. Thank you so
very
much.
Yeah, that was the first time I've performed any of these.
I know.
songs.
We
It
are
was a
honored
Thank
to
you.
witness that. Yeah, so thanks for playing the fresh tracks from your new upcoming album, which is called Blue. Okay. All right. So I don't know. I thought we could talk about how you started this solo career now, as opposed to your duo project with Black Moss in Part-Time Cooks.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's start from there. How about that?
Black Moss and I still will work together, I'm sure, but because of it being a weird time with coronavirus and
Right.
stuff, COVID, Part-Time Cooks is sort of taking a little bit of a backseat right now, and he unfortunately had to leave Korea for a little while, so I started doing some solo music and working with a new producer named EMPC and just making a lot of music with him every week. We're having a lot of fun.
Cool.
So, Black Moss, is he gonna come back?
I don't know. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe if one of those old Part-Time Cook songs just starts charting all of a sudden out of Korea, and we can get a bunch of shows. I don't know, but I mean, it's difficult. It's a difficult time to be an artist. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he's got a family, and it was a little bit more difficult for him to do the rap thing out here right now, with all of the difficulties that can come with trying to be a rapper in Korea.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Must be difficult. Yeah. Okay. Well, now that you started your solo career, though, how has it been so far? I mean,
it's great. I mean, I learned a lot working with Blessing. We had like completely different backgrounds, and I learned a lot from just working so closely with one other songwriter the way that we did. But I will say that like one positive thing about working by myself is just sort of I never have to make sure that the topic of the song is something that we both necessarily feel passionate enough to write a song about.
Right.
So that's been like somewhat freeing in a sense. But yeah, I mean, of course, I miss working with another rapper because I literally only have to write half of the song.
Right.
So that
double the
that's a little bit
workload
different.
now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Like, because as co-writers of the song, you have to like agree on what you are gonna rap about,
Yeah,
the subject
for sure.
matter.
And I mean, even if we don't agree on it necessarily, it just doesn't sound very organic sometimes when you try to force it and write something that isn't necessarily something that you're passionate about at the moment.
Right.
And he used to like engineer the sounds and shit too, right?
Yeah.
So like, who doing it right now?
EMPC, Lele,
Alright, he doing
the
everything.
homie who we're doing a lot of production work with.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of the production
cool.
on our new stuff. He's a crazy good engineer.
Alright.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a blessing to find him. We actually were just basketball friends, and someone introduced us because they said that he was a producer. But we kind of became friends before we started working together. And then he just started playing these beats that fucked me up. And then we started working together, and I found out he's really great at the engineering side of shit too, which is kind of something I've always wanted to do, is just like be able to leave that in somebody else's hands, because that whole shit stresses me out. My dad is a musician as well.
Oh.
He's a jazz guitarist.
Okay.
And yeah, my brother does jazz music as well, my little brother.
Awesome.
But one of the things that my dad keeps my dad from recording is like the second he tries to turn on Logic or the like sound recording audio hardware shit, he gets so pissed off that he stops. He's like, God damn it, Ryan, I don't know how
I know
to do
how
this.
that feels.
So like I sort of feel the same kind of like anxiety around the whole shit. So it's really nice to have Lele helping me
Yeah,
out.
that's cool. So y'all like sticking off for like how long?
So how long have we been working together?
Mm.
Lele, how long have we been working together?
Years?
No, less than a year. Yeah.
Less than a year.
You haven't even been in Korea a year yet, right?
No, year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. We really started working serious maybe like 6 months ago, And yeah, and it's getting better all the time.
All right.
I'm really excited about the new songs we got.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Lele produced, EMPC produced, Juju, that we performed today
Right.
on the second song.
Really nice tune.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, what about the first song, Willys?
Yeah, the first song, Willys, my little brother actually produced that back home. It was really cool. He lives in New York as a drummer,
Oh.
but because of the situation in America, he just went and moved back with my family. He still has his place in New York, but he's just hanging out at home because he can't really be working in New York. So it was cool to have him start making beats at home, and he would call me and we would sort of like send the files back and forth with each other, and
Cool.
it was a nice way to keep in touch with my family.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, during this whole thing, because I mean, it would be great
Right.
if I could move back home, and it would be awesome to just be unemployed and work from home with my family. But I've got a life here now too, so it was nice to be able to keep in touch with my little brother in that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just asking about this song also because I'm really digging that tune. It's so cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and like I was looking at listening to the lyrics as well, and now that you mentioned now you're going off as a solo, but also I noticed that you mentioned Black Moss in that song too. So like I was wondering, does that song have got to do with you guys going separate ways from Part-Time Cooks?
I mean, it's more kind of about just feeling kind of like I've been working a really long time to try to make music just my only job, and
Full time.
And I don't want to say that I'm not like grateful for the success that Part-Time Cooks has had, or just the fact that I've been able to make music a career. It's amazing, but I kind of do feel like a little bit worn down from time to time, and I think it's sort of like I've been out, popping wheelies, like trying to like show the world what I can do, and sometimes I feel tired and wish I could just go back home. And then the line about Black Moss is just kind of like maybe he would have been better off as a solo artist. Who knows? Like maybe his dream would have come true.
Yeah.
If he had worked by himself, and maybe my dream could have come out a little bit different if I had worked on my own. And yeah, I mean, it's sort of just a song about thinking about all the possibilities, what could have been. It's like by no means am I not super grateful for everything with Part-Time Cooks. Like I'm a little bit more ahead in the clouds than he is, and so who knows what I would have done if it wasn't for him pushing us to like be in the studio all the time and work even when we didn't feel like working. So I'm forever ever grateful for Black Moss for sure.
So y'all trying to change like flavor that y'all been showing with the Part-Time Cooks?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't intentionally trying to change it, but it's just the music that I feel like making right now is a lot more
chill
laid back
vibes. I'm getting it.
And chill, and which is kind of weird because I think that a lot of people, especially after watching like Sign Here, the TV show that we were doing, I think a lot of people kind of thought that I was just like the like crazy rap on your face person, and Blessing was like the singer, and that's true. Like when we were doing Part-Time Cooks, it was like that. But I'm sort of in a place in my life where I'm learning how to relax a little bit, and I'm just a little bit more comfortable not trying to like be somebody else.
Yeah.
And this is just the music that's coming out. I'm not like
that's cool.
Yeah, like all throughout high school and everything, I've just kind of been known to be like a freestyler and rap really fast and rap about like how good of a rapper I am. And I'm just like not as driven these days to really try to be proving anything like that to anyone. And this is just the way that it came out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you like featuring Black Moss in any tracks in Blue?
Yeah. There's gonna be a song with him called 노동자. Yeah, in English it'll be called Worker Ant, but it's kind of about that. It's kind of about like slowing down and just letting stuff come to you. So yeah, he'll be featured on it, and we're a couple other features too. Like I said, my little brother produced a song, and Lele's producing songs, but I also have my principal from high school rapping on one of the songs as well. His name's
cool.
His name's Spectac, and I rapped about him on the last episode of Sign Here. Because he was like a huge influence and a blessing to me growing up.
Wow.
But because it was cool. Like Ninth Wonder, I'm sure you're a producer.
Yeah, man.
So when I was in high school, my principal was making an album with Ninth Wonder,
For real?
like a solo album with Ninth Wonder.
Yeah.
And,
Alright.
and it was crazy, you know. He was like this cool ass dude, dreads down to his ass, like this
Principal
cool,
though?
yeah, spectacular. Yeah, look him up. He's got great music. His whole album with Ninth Wonder is on YouTube. You can listen to it.
Alright.
But like when I would get in trouble at school, he's the guy I would have to go to, you know. And sometimes he would even like pretend as though I was in trouble, even when I wasn't, because he just wanted to like talk about music with me.
Oh.
And I was just like really blessed to like soak up a lot of game and knowledge from him.
Yeah.
And so when I called him and asked him to send me a verse for my first solo project, I was really excited about it. And he literally like sent me back the verse in 30 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Just
Alright.
immediately sent it back. He's a real rapper. Like
Alright.
during like school functions and stuff, he would freestyle about like what everyone in the auditorium was wearing and stuff. Like he was a real MC.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool principal
Yeah.
you have from. Wow.
Yeah, it was an amazing
It's an
time.
amazing story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are signed to this major crew, right?
Yeah.
So you're not getting any feature from VMC members?
I think I'll do that for the next one.
Alright.
I have a couple of verses on this album, maybe like 3 or something, where I rap in Korean. But the songs on this album were just like super personal, and I have a difficult time like getting as deep as I want to get with the Korean
Yeah.
lyrics, and so I was really thinking that like I want to get, utilize like my friends in VMC
Yeah.
a little bit more when I'm focused on writing in Korean.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And this
right.
album was just really all about like not being forced, not really caring about who hears it, but just like making sure that if you hear it, you'll know that it's real and it's from me. So yeah, it just kind of happened organically that I mostly worked with Lele, and at a time when like everybody is away from their family and it's kind of sad, you have more time to think about it.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to include my friends from back home and my principal back home.
that's
and
cool. That's
so
cool.
all of the features are either like my little brother back in North Carolina or Wells. Wells is a dope ass rapper from North Carolina who we brought to Korea a couple times. He features on the album as well, and then
Yeah, it's
had
cool.
to have Black Moss on it and my principal. So. Yeah.
Alright.
I'll have some VMC features hopefully the next next go
Uh-huh.
around.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine, man.
I have some there's actually production on the project from VMC though, from Freddie Castle.
Alright.
Yeah, Freddie Castle is like
So you throwing verse.
really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
alright.
but the song I have with Wells is produced by Freddie Castle.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, okay. Well, you mentioned just now writing lyrics in Korean, and I noticed like you include quite a bit of Korean in your songwriting. Yeah, I was going to ask you like, what is it like writing lyrics in Korean as opposed to English?
It's really hard. But actually, I got a lot of practice when we were doing that TV show.
Yeah.
And when we were doing that TV show, it was like we had no time. We had to put out a song that was going to be on TV like a week later, sometimes like 3 or 4 days later, and write all the lyrics, memorize the lyrics, find the beat, and like design the stages ourselves,
It's intense.
all at the same time. So I learned how to do that under pressure pretty quickly.
Okay.
So now that I'm able to do it a little bit more slowly, and now that I can like ask some Korean friends to help me out if I and double check if my stuff is correct, it's been easier. I can also call my girlfriend anytime and ask her, unless the song's about her. Then I gotta ask somebody else.
And you should pay her. She's basically working for
Yeah.
you. So
I do all the cooking though.
that works out then.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get paid enough that she just reaps the benefits. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's difficult to write in Korean. It's difficult to necessarily be poetic in Korean.
Yeah,
But
I feel you, man.
sometimes accidentally it becomes so,
Okay.
because saying things in a more simple way sometimes
Yeah.
Right.
is all it takes to really allow people all sorts of various interpretations that they may
Right.
have. So yeah, I think that when we did the songs on Sign Here, some of them ended up sounding somewhat deep, and
Yeah.
people were touched by some of the lyrics because I don't know, maybe we just sounded stupid, but some people thought it was cute, but I don't know. I felt genuinely as though the people in the crowd who were watching us perform those songs in Korean felt what we were trying to convey.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did, and
Yeah.
I think your Korean lyrics like sounds really good.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, actually.
really.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
This,
There were a couple like weird things that we said incorrectly that kind of sounded like we did intentionally on
Okay.
songs, and we were like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I fucked it up." Like, no, keep it.
I think that makes it
Yeah.
better, even
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when we did that show too, we got an opportunity to work with like the best producers in Korea. So
Right.
when we were in the studio with them, if we said something that sounded silly, they would help us out. Like
Uh-huh.
we had a song with Gray and a song with PJ. I'm sure if you're like
Yeah.
if you're in the Korean hip hop game, those guys are like two of the
Yeah.
best,
Big
if
names.
not the best producers in Korea. So that was a blessing.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I guess this new album, Blue, will be released in February.
I hope. We actually don't have a date yet, but I just showed the label the songs recently, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna try to get a good date as
All right.
quickly as we can.
So it's coming out through VMC.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
And it'll be released internationally as well, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on all streaming sites.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it'll be on all streaming sites, and yeah, I encourage people to like listen to it like in its entirety. It's not really meant to be like a
Yeah,
single driven
header. Yeah.
project. Like I want people to listen from front to back
Ah,
and
Full
sort of
album-wise.
feel the story. Yeah.
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 All right. Okay, thank you so much again, Saul, for
Thank
dropping
you.
by with your new tunes.
Thank you very much.
Really, really enjoyed the
I
set.
really appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah,
Thank you very
man.
much.
Okay. All right. And so we'll wrap up the interview here today. And hopefully, I would like to see you perform here again live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that there'll be more shows this year.
Yeah, we gotta get
Yeah.
back out there.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
have that vaccine party. Free beer and a
You
shot
hear
in the
that,
arm.
Senggi? You
Kill
should
that
arrange
coke.
something. Okay, but for the time being, I think everybody can check out his music on all streaming sites and out of Korea. And until then, everybody, I will see you soon.
Thank you very
and
much.
thank you for watching. Thank you.